Ladies and gents, we have another player profile for you today. Now, this one is very near and dear to my own heart, as we have the two former Fulham kids turned Liverpool red with Harvey Elliot and Fabio Carvalho. Will they go full beast mode in the next 10 years in FM23, or will they fizzle out and find their way into football obscurity? Let's find out. Just so we have a baseline, Harvey Elliott in FM23 at July 4th of 2022 looks pretty damn stacked already for 19 years old. Greens at first touch, passing technique, work rate, vision, teamwork, all fantastic. Determination of 16, balance of 16, everything looks pretty dang fantastic. Let's take a look at Carvalho and see what his baseline is. Not nearly as good as his buddy Elliot. However, again, 19 years old, he's a little bit younger. Dribbling is fantastic. Everything else is sort of around the mark. Technique of 15, work rate, vision of teamwork 12, 13, 14, not fantastic. Flair 15 is fantastic. Acceleration, some sort of pace. So baseline wise, definitely a lesser deal than Elliot, but how's he going to look in 10 years? Let's take a look. 10 years later, this is the end of the season 2033. As you can see, we're going to stick with Fabio Carvalho. He has not lived up to the expectations of Liverpool. He was only there for, 5 years, but 16 appearances. Moved to Nottingham Forest for some reason for 14 appearances, 1 goal, and has now been in Augsburg for a while. So 6 years there, 195 appearances, 61 goals. He's 30 years of age. Definitely has not reached the potential that, as a Liverpool fan, in real life, you would hope. So his greens have went away. He still has a couple 15s here and there, so he has risen a bit. Free kick taking, passing is good, technique is good, composure is good, determination, flair, vision, pace, stamina, all in 15. So not doing too bad. So if we take a look at his biography, you can see that he actually left Liverpool. He joined Liverpool for $5 million, made 16 league appearances. During this time, he also spent time on loan at Nottingham Forest because that was the loan, and then joined Club Augsburg in 27-28 and currently has 195 appearances. Apparently, so the only Liverpool thing that he did was help lift the team to an FA Community Shield in 2022, which was this season. If we look at Carvalho's injury list, the only one we can see major is that fractured toe in 2021, out for 5 weeks. Everything else, there was a moderate pulled hamstring in 32 with 2 weeks. Everything else is fairly nice. A couple of days here and there. He is not injury prone at all. So I guess injuries have definitely not hampered his ability to grow. It's just everything else that kind of did. So apparently, after moving to Liverpool for 5.25, the loan was only 105K and then moved to Augsburg for free. So, I mean, overall, for Augsburg, he's done very well. He's been doing a great job for them. But unfortunately for Liverpool, just was not able to cut it. So that is sad to see. So you can see Augsburg were relegated from the Bundesliga in 2033, released on a free transfer, signed for Augsburg, inducted into the FC Augsburg overall best 11, named in the season best 11, seasonal best 11. So for, the German club, he's doing fairly well. I would assume in the next season he's sold off to some other Bundesliga style team, but maybe I'll take a look at that later. Let's move over to Harvey Elliott. Now, Elliott is on the other spectrum of this whole thing. You can see he's now worth 111 to 334 million. His greens have just grown through the roof. Everything, vision of 19, composure of 20, balance of 19, balance. But man, this kid is an absolute beast, getting 245K per week, but he is still at Liverpool, as you can see. So 313 appearances, 44 goals. This dude is on fire. Definitely a different style of beast than Carvalho was. It would have been nice to see these two grow side by side, but apparently at some point in there, Carvalho just did not reach his worth or his potential, and Harvey Elliott did. So at 30 years old, this is absolutely insane. I mean, the numbers are fantastic. If we look at his biography, you can see he's lifted a lot more trophies than Carvalho did. So FA Community Shield in 22, 23, 24, 28, Emirates Cup, FA Cup in 22 and 30, UEFA Super Cup in 19. Well, we already did that. UEFA Europa League in 32, Champions League in 27 and 33, European Championship in 32, FIFA Club World Cup in 19 already happened, and Premier League in 24 and 28. He has a great record of 14 competition wins to his name. Community Shield, FA Cup. I mean, we just went through that list. So in terms of personal accolades, Harvey Elliott has a single runners-up in the UEFA Europa League Player of the Season award to his name. If we go to his milestones, you can see seasonal best for the England, named Liverpool seasonal best. UEFA, what was that? Europa League Player of the Season runner-up, named Liverpool season best, season best, season best 11, season best 11. So he has a heck of a lot more than Carvalho ever did. Sadly for Carvalho, I will say. If we look at Elliot's injuries, you can see he's got a fair amount of injuries. 2 major, one for 2 months for a hip injury, and another for 4 months, broken ankle. That was 2021. The other one was 2026, so that's in the future. There are a couple of moderates in there, so for a couple of weeks, we got groin strain, pulled knee ligaments, concussion, wow, fractured toe, sprained ankle ligaments. I mean, these are not just simple hamstring things usually. Up here you've got some, but these are broken pieces. He throws his body into his work, I will tell you that. But there is a lot of injuries here. They're just not very major whatsoever. So I wouldn't say he's very injury prone, but you'll probably get a little, timeout here and there, a couple times a year or thereabouts. You could see 2032, he had nothing. 2031, he had quite a bit of pieces. 30, he got one. 29, 28, 28, 27. So overall, not too bad. A couple times in a season, he'll go out, but hopefully it won't be for too long. Career stats, he has been in the 7s ever since the 25-26 season, but just under 7 the 3 years before. So I know I've looked at him for my AC Milan save, and he was just expensive. I mean, he was at the time 40 to 60 million, if not more. And I just didn't have the money then. I couldn't blow it on one player. So I bet he looks like he is growing fantastic, would be amazing in some other leagues that aren't quite Premier League ready. But man, I kind of wonder what his loyalty score is in terms of staying at Liverpool for this entire time, which is fantastic to see. So I'm actually going to do one more year to see what happens to Carvalho, if he gets moved on after relegation or not. So stick with me for just another minute. So Harvey Elliott, a year on, I'm not going to touch him. He's not for sale. He's got a contract for another 2 years, but numbers still well into the green. Fabio Carvalho, though. So Carvalho has really done not very much of anything in the last year. He is still with Augsburg, who is in the second division Bundesliga. If we go to the second league, you can see they did finish 3rd place, but I can't seem to figure out how to get to kind of the list of who goes up, who goes down. So unfortunately, we don't know right now. I'll see if I can figure it out. But overall, no real change. I was kind of hoping he'd be pushed on to, some mid-table Bundesliga 1 team. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's the case. So, but that's going to do it for this player profile. Harvey Elliott through the roof. Fabio Carvalho, unfortunately, not so much. He looks like he's still an okay player at 31 years of age, but definitely not, someone you could get a lot cheaper than Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott, though, if you have a transfer budget to just blow on everyone, Harvey Elliott looks like one to pick up. He looks fantastic. I'm sorry, Carvalho, but this time you do lose out to Harvey Elliott, to your own buddy, Harvey Elliott. But that is going to do it for me. For the FMB channel, I am Sapien FM. Thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.